Chapter 2. The child the system is misreading. Some children are not failing because they have no ability. Some are failing because they are being misread. A child may look distracted, slow, rude, withdrawn, or disruptive, but that does not always mean the child is lazy, bad, or unwilling. It may mean they are struggling in a way that has not been properly understood. There is a big difference between low attainment and low potential. A child who is not doing well in school may still have intelligence, value, and ability. The problem may be that they are not being reached in the right way, are carrying an unseen barrier, are developing at a different pace, or have strengths the system is not recognizing properly. Not every mind develops in the same way. Not every child learns at the same speed. Not every child responds to the same method. Some need more time. Some need repetition. Some need practical demonstration. Some need patient explanation. Some need support with language, memory, focus, emotional regulation, confidence, vision, hearing, or stress. When those things are not recognized early, the struggle often becomes personal. A child who keeps falling behind may start to feel ashamed. A child who is corrected constantly may start to feel exposed. A child who cannot meet expectations may begin to believe they are the problem. That is where behavior often changes. Some go quiet, some withdraw, some stop trying, some become disruptive. Some would rather be seen as difficult than be seen as unable. If adults only respond to that surface behavior, the misreading gets worse. The child becomes known as the problem while the deeper issue stays hidden. This is not about removing standards. Children still need boundaries, correction, and responsibility. But correction without understanding can push a child further away. If a child feels misunderstood for long enough, they start disconnecting from the very places meant to help them. They trust the school less. They trust adults less. They stop seeing a future for themselves in the normal pathway. This is especially important when we talk about intelligence. Society respects some forms of intelligence more quickly than others. A child who reads well and passes exams is recognized early. A child who is practical, mechanical, creative, hands-on, physically gifted, good with tools, good with movement, or good at solving real-life problems may not be recognized in the same way, but those are still real abilities. A child may struggle with written work and still have leadership qualities. A child may find the classroom hard and still be excellent at building, fixing, organizing, performing, designing, or working with people. If a system keeps speaking to that child only through failure, the child may begin to feel that their gifts do not count. That is why practical intelligence matters. That is why vocational routes matter. That is why early assessment matters. That is why identifying strengths matters. Some children need academic support. Some need emotional support. Some need assessment for hidden barriers. Some need mentoring. Some need a slower path. Some need a practical route that restores dignity. And some simply need somebody to say clearly, you are struggling here, but that does not mean you have no future. We also have to be careful about later readiness. Some young people bloom early. Some bloom later. Some people struggled badly at 14 and did well at 20 when maturity, support, and self-understanding finally came together. That does not mean we do nothing and wait. It means we should be careful about writing young people off too early. Because when adults lose hope in a child too soon, the child often feels it. So the response must be wiser. We need earlier identification, stronger support, better understanding of development, and more respect for different kinds of ability. Because if we keep treating every struggling child as though they are simply unwilling, difficult, or lost, we will keep deepening the shame and detachment that later make dangerous alternatives more attractive. Before we ask why some young people disconnect from the system, we have to ask whether the system first disconnected from them. And once that happens, the next question becomes unavoidable. What happens when a child is misread for too long and starts looking for belonging somewhere else? That is where the next chapter begins.